And I'm Dylan Tanaka.
We're making millions over morning coffee. Alright, well we're back following up on the subject matter that we talked about last Tuesday. And we're going to talk about each and every Tuesday into the foreseeable future. And that's passive investing in real estate. We understand that everybody doesn't want to get their hands dirty walking through bank-owned homes, dealing with tenants, dealing with contractors. Although it's extremely profitable and we do it day in and day out, not everybody wants to do that. So what we want to do is change it up for you on Tuesdays, give you a little bit of flavor of how you can invest in real estate from a passive standpoint, an arm's length standpoint. And last Tuesday we talked a little bit about self-directed IRAs as a great tool to invest in real estate passively. So just to recap what we talked about last Tuesday, we went through what self-directed IRAs were. And basically what a self-directed IRA is instead of giving your money to Fidelity or to T. Rowe Price in your IRA, you are yourself dictating where that money is going to go. See, when you give it to Fidelity, they put it in a mutual fund, they put it in a stock market. The self-directed IRA, you can put this money into real estate, in limited partnerships, and other passive areas that you can get substantially higher returns than the stock market. We talked about a little bit about the advantages and disadvantages and the tax consequences of each one. And if you want to know more about that, go back to last Tuesday's episode and check out what we talked about there. But today we're going to dive more into the details of self-directed IRAs and how you can use them to increase and compound your wealth. Now, a lot of people don't know that the rules for self-directed IRAs are a lot the same in terms of contributions, in terms of age limits, and requirements for withdrawals. Now, you can contribute up to $4,000 in a self-directed IRA. That's for tax year 2007. Now, $4,000 doesn't seem like a lot of money, but Dylan's going to elaborate a little bit more about how you can take that $4,000 and turn it into $400,000 using an after-tax self-directed IRA, which would be a Roth self-directed IRA. He's going to elaborate into the details of that. But just so you know, the rules of regular IRAs apply to self-directed IRAs, which means that you can withdraw the money, theoretically, until you're 59 and a half without penalty, and you have to make mandatory withdrawals before the age of 71. So when you're 70 and a half, you have to start making withdrawals from that IRA. Also, the tax treatment of the money you take out of that IRA, if it's a tax-deferred self-directed IRA, when you take that money out, you're going to be taxed at ordinary income rates, just like you would if you were investing in stocks or other areas. So when we talk about real estate from a practical standpoint being a great tax-advantaged investment, you have to look at it in two different distinct areas, inside or outside of your IRA. Dylan's going to elaborate a little bit more on that.
I'm going to stay focused on the Roth today, and that's a little bit what Adam talked about. The Roth is the post-tax IRA. Essentially what that means is when you get your check in the mail from your job, you can put up to $4,000 a year into a Roth IRA. And an IRA, whether it's self-directed or like Adam said, whether it's with Fidelity, is just an IRA. In the government's mind, an IRA is an IRA. It just depends on what you're investing and who's doing the investing for you. With a self-directed IRA, you're going to have a custodian like Entrust or Trust ETC, and all they do is govern over the transactions that you make and make sure that you don't make a mistake and force a taxable outcome for yourself. But they aren't going to give you any investment advice, and they aren't going to tell you what you can or can't do with that money from a standpoint of buying or selling real estate. All they're going to tell you is what you cannot do so you don't force a taxable outcome. So Adam talked a little bit about how you can turn $4,000 into $40,000 or $400,000 with a Roth IRA. It's as simple as this. When you put money in a Roth IRA and you use that Roth IRA to either buy and sell houses, you can make offers with it, or if you have enough money in there, you can actually buy real estate, own it in your Roth IRA, and any of the cash flow that comes in or any of the monthly rents that come in, that is not taxable because it's bought with post-taxed money. So the quickest way to build capital in your Roth IRA is to make an offer on a property in the name of your Roth IRA, find someone to buy that property or buy that contract before you even close on it, and all of those funds, whether it's a $10,000 fee, $20,000 fee, $5,000 fee, all of those funds will go right into your Roth IRA, and it's not taxable after the age 70 and a half.
What a fantastic way to use the government tax laws to your advantage. Using Uncle Sam's laws to your advantage. What Dylan said is I think it's one of the most beautiful ways for real estate investors to stockpile a truckload of tax-free money investing in your Roth IRA. If you are working a full-time job and you just want to replace that, stock funds that have gotten whipsawed all over the place, investing in real estate with your Roth IRA, whether you are going to be buying and selling houses or wholesaling contracts like Dylan talked about, or maybe you just want to start off slow, arm's length, and you want to lend secured by real estate, which is something that we highly recommend to investors that are just getting started in the game. If you're not sure about how this whole house thing works or if it's for you, take money from your IRA and lend it to a real estate investor through your IRA secured by real estate, get that first lien position on that property, get 15, 16, 17% on your money, which is a reasonable interest rate for private lenders, because hard money lenders and other sources of capital are scarce in this market with the mortgage market. So investors are willing to pay up for those private funds. And you can watch your retirement account just balloon on you, and then you can make a better decision from there as to whether full-time real estate is going to be for you or not. Now, all this can be pretty confusing, and Dylan mentioned 2 custodians that we can recommend. And I said the word custodian, and that's basically an institution, a financial institution that has a fiduciary responsibility to help navigate you through the waters of the transactional and the legal and paperwork aspect of self-directed IRA investing. I recommend, and I'm sure Dylan will second this, don't try to do this on your own. Make sure you work with a trusted custodian like Equity Trust Company or Entrust. And this is not a commercial for them. These are just 2 companies that we've used before personally in our businesses, and we know other investors that have as well and have had good experiences with them. Use a custodian that can help navigate you through these waters. Their websites have a ton of information, much more information than we can give you here. But what we want to do is we want to take what's available, what's worked for us, and we want to chop it up and give it to you so that you can use it in your business or in your investing right away.
Here's a quick disclaimer, everybody. You know that Adam and I are not investment advisors. All we're doing is passing along some information, and if you want to know more about self-directed IRAs, just send us an email. We'll talk to you about the different companies that we've done business with, like the Entrust Group and Equity Trust Company. We can put you in touch with some people we know there, and it's a very simple process. I myself started my self-directed Roth IRA when I was about 24 or 25 years old. It was very simple. They helped you. It was simple to do on the phone, right through the internet. You can buy and sell real estate. I've lent money out to other real estate investors. They make it very, very easy for you. So feel free. Make sure you send us an email and ask us about it.
And you can email us any questions you have about real estate investing or wealth accumulation in general. I mean, we're here to help you. We're dedicated to giving back. We're active in this Michigan real estate market. We have other businesses as well. We mention them from time to time. Wealth and REI, a mentoring and teaching group. We also run the Real Estate Investors Association of Macomb, nonprofit group, engineered to bring investors together. We're dedicated to education and helping people avoid a lot of the mistakes that we made earlier in our entrepreneurial and investing careers. Some stuff that's contributed to a lot of gray hair on his head and a little bit of gray hair on my head. So if we can help you avoid those mistakes and help you keep the natural color of your hair longer, we're going to be very happy to do that. We want to make sure that you check back with us tomorrow. Each and every day, we're coming at you with great hard-hitting information. And again, my name is Adam Davis, and if you want to learn more about me and what I'm all about, you can go check out my blog at www.adamjdavis.com.
Or go ahead and go to www.dylantanaka.com and you can read a little bit about myself.
mirealestate.tv. Make it part of your morning experience, because we are dedicated to helping you make millions over morning coffee.